How often do you see a passed pawn right in the opening? What if your rooks could control entire files around the enemy king? As white, would you like positions such as these? If you want to know how to get these positions, I will share with you a very effective knight sacrifice idea in the Smith-Morra Gambit. If you intend to play this opening, you need to be aware of the Siberian trap. I will provide a link at the end so that you can watch it after the video. So the opening starts with the Sicilian defense, e4, c5, d4, c takes d4, c3, d takes c3, knight takes c3, the Smith-Morra Gambit. Now to prevent this d pawn from becoming a target, most black players will prefer this setup with e6, a6, knight to c6, and later b5, bishop b7, developing this knight. Let me show you a line with e6, bishop c4, a6, knight f3, b5, bishop b3, bishop b7, castles, b4, attacking the knight, knight to d5. This is the sacrificial motive that I was talking about. This may be difficult to understand at first because it is not such a short-term sacrifice that just after sacrificing it, you can checkmate the opponent king or gain any material, but it has many attacking prospects. For example, after e takes d5, you play rook e1, bishop e7, e takes d5, d6, knight to d4, intending to go to f5 at some point, knight to d7. Now if black would play knight to f6, this would remove a defender from this bishop on e7, which can be a target because both the rook and the knight can attack it later, and the rook is attacking it currently. So after knight to d7, white plays knight f5, king f8, removing himself from this pin, bishop to f4, knight e5, bishop takes e5, d takes e5, and now d6. Now this is a passed pawn and is attacking the bishop currently. So the bishop has to move and boom, the pawn reaches the 7th rank. White has a much superior position and in future he can look to bring his rook to the c file. Now let me show you two example games where international master Mark Esserman used knight d5 sacrifice idea. Let us just start from the sacrifice. In the first game, knight to d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, d6, queen d4, knight f6, queen takes b4, queen c7, bishop f4, knight b d7, rook f e1, bringing the rook to the open file and giving a check, king d8, and now rook a c1, attacking the rook and occupying the other open file. Black plays queen to b6 intending to exchange queens, but white just ignores that and plays knight to g5. The idea being, if black captures queen takes b4, white can play knight takes f7 checkmate. In the second example, it is a slightly different position because of the developing of black's knight from g8 to e7 to g6. And now after knight takes d5, black plays e takes d5, e takes d5, knight c to e5, d6, f takes e5, bishop b7, knight takes e5, f takes e5, f4, queen to f6, and now f takes e5 and queen takes e5. Now white has a much superior position and this king is on a very open file that both the queen and the rook can come to attack later. Here white plays a brilliant move, bishop to g5, that covers all the squares around the king. The idea being that if black captures queen takes g5, white can play queen e1 check, king d8, queen a5 check, king to e8, and now bishop f7 checkmate. That was all. Wish you success with the knight d5 idea. Don't forget to check the Siberian trap in this opening. Bye for now.